Right, so here's our state machine for random wander. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so for Smart Wander, you'll have the robot start. When the switch powers it on, it'll initiate the random wander state. It'll always be asking if there's an object. If it senses an object, it'll either send a warning or a danger code, which it'll send to avoid. If it's a danger code, it'll collide the robot, which will stop it, and then set a move vector to basically send it back to random wander to get it away from the object, but it's going to stop first. If it's a warning, it'll go to run away, where it's going to have this little move vector feedback loop until it gets away from the object, at which point, once there's no object, it just goes back to random wander. Whenever it just senses no object, it just keeps looping random wander until it senses something.
There's a couple of things I would suggest you add. One of them is it may not get out of collide on one movement. You might want to have a loop here that says stay in collide if I'm still within that window range, whatever that is, 0 to 2 centimeters. And then the other thing I would have is sometimes coming out of collide, it still may be close enough to be in the warning state. So I would make an arrow that goes from collide to runaway. Okay, let's see your smart follow.
Yep, and then pass the state table for that.
State table.
Smart follow is very similar.
Yeah.
We kind of got rid of the avoid and just went directly to collide and follow object with it, but it starts off the same with random wander, circling objects. With a warning and the follow object, the move vector loop, it's just trying to stay within a specified range. As long as it's within, say, 4 to 6 inches, it's just going to keep trying to follow. If it's slightly beyond 6 inches, it's going to try to move a bit slower. Well, sorry, if it's beyond 6 inches away, it'll try to move faster. If it's a little closer than 4, it'll try to move slower. However, there's a question of, is it too close? If it ever gets too close, it'll go into collide, or if you try to drop something in front of it, it'll go into collide with a danger code. And then a similar problem to the previous one, it'd probably need a little loop with collide.
And you actually made the connection this time, like how I said make a connection between those two. You actually did at this time, so that actually helps.
Now, there's less of a connection to from collide back to following object, but we did also remember that if you suddenly remove the object and it's gone, it should go back to random wander, because otherwise it would keep trapping itself in follow object with an object that's not there. So,
and we're going to be doing this with your box tops, actually, like your robot case tops, and then eventually I'm going to go get real walls you're going to do